What's going on, guys? It's me, JD Studios, and today we have the Duel on Naboo. So this is the new 2017 set. It retails for £20 and no US dollars as of yet. It's at 75169 and it has around 208 pieces. So I can't wait to open the set up and build it, and I want to get this out of the way as soon as possible because I haven't seen any reviews of this set just yet. So I want to be the first, hopefully. So let's open this up. This set seems to have the tabs, so it's bag 2, bag 3 and the instructions. So we've got our instructions right here, so let's just put them there. Of course we have our sticker sheet. So this is bag 3, bag 2 and bag 1. So we also get 2 of these included. So yeah, let's get on to the build. Right, so I have built the set. I did have to rebuild it because I accidentally built this light gate a little bit wrong in the functionality, but everything's sorted now. So let's get into the minifigures. Right guys, so first minifigure we have is of course Darth Maul. Now this minifigure is really awesome, it looks really menacing and everything. One thing I want to say is I am really impressed with the horns, because when originally LEGO started using the horns back in 2010 with the Savaggio Press minifigure, honestly the printing was always a little bit off. I was quite unimpressed with some of the printing problems that they had, but this it goes to show how well LEGO's done to improve this minifigure over the years, because the horns are spot on. I really like the printing on this figure, though the face is rather creepy. I think the teeth thing is a little overdone, but still it looks great as a figure as a whole. And if we flip him round, you can get a look at the horns from the back. It does continue all the way around, and he's got some very, very nice back printing. Now here we have the only new minifigure of the set, because the Qui Gon minifigure is actually completely new in terms of face print. So if I actually get the more recent Qui Gon, as far as I'm aware, because I don't have the new Sith Infiltrator, I never bought it because it was overpriced and kind of rubbish, but comparing these two, as you can see, there is a great deal of difference, more detail, because if we actually look closely at it, I don't know whether you can see this in this light, but Qui Gon does have grey in his beard. It's more defined. This is a rather smooth look. That's more defined. The colours are better, and the printing is completely different. And if I remove his hairpiece and swap him round, we have a shocked expression. And if I swap round the older version and remove his cape, we have just him raising an eyebrow. Though the printing is in fact exactly the same, which is a little disappointing, to be honest. So just popping it back on, that's what it looks like from behind. He does come with the green lightsaber as well, which is pretty nice. Other than that, nothing particularly special about the figure as a whole, but it is nice to get such a detailed printing of Qui-Gon. Moving on to the final minifigure, and in my opinion the least impressive minifigure, just because he's no different to the one we got in the MTT. But it is still a pretty nice minifigure as a whole. If you don't have this minifigure, and if you want to create custom Jedi, this is perfect for a Padawan, because it's very neutral robes really, and it does have the Padawan braid. So that's the front printing. Now if I take off the hairpiece, this is what we get from behind. Actually this does resemble the old Anakin minifigure, like sort of a similar print, if I'm being completely honest, but still looks very nice. And that's Obi-Wan. So here we have the complete build with the minifigures on it. So there aren't really that many features, but they are very nice and they do fit in rather well. So the first feature, which I want to point out, is this little bit of plasma. It's not attached to any studs or anything, but it does stay there. It looks rather nice. Now, if we flip this around, we can see the energy gate. It's quite nice. Now, as you can see, this handle does stick out, and what we do is push it in, and it opens it inwards. Now, originally when I built this first time, I built it so this was, you had to pull it out to open the energy gate, and the energy gate would open inwards. Now, that is wrong, but you could change it to that, and in a lot of ways I do think it's better because to me it looks cooler with the energy gate closed, and for storage purposes it's quite annoying when this handle is sticking out all the way out. And also it does tend to knock the minifigure backwards if it's that way or that way with the energy gate. Now, coming over to here, we have a sticker for the back wall, the only sticker in the set, which is nice to see. And I do wish though that we had got a second back wall here, because honestly I think it adds to detail getting a back wall, and it looks really weak with just the one wall. Now, if we move Obi-Wan through here, take off his lightsaber, so let's just imagine the scene where Obi-Wan falls into the reactor shaft. Now, this is where our little button comes into play. So, this doesn't always work first time, just warning you. I might close the gate so I do a better job. And Obi-Wan comes flying out, as you can see right here. So it's quite an effective way of launching Obi-Wan out there. You can have shocked Darth Maul, like, what's going on, and then getting his legs cut in half by Obi-Wan. So that's pretty good function actually, but there aren't any other functions. And if I just quickly show you, that's what it looks like inside. Just a clear radar dish attached to sort of a springboard. Now let's go to the final thoughts. So in my final thoughts, this is a £20 set. It's got 208 pieces, so it hits that 10p per piece ratio on the head, and with a little bit spare. There are quite a few decent extra pieces, like a new lightsaber hilt, but I'm not going to go into that too much. Now, as a whole, this is a very good set. You get 3 unique minifigures, all of them Jedi, which when I was growing up, I never had any Jedi. I always lost the lightsabers, but that's another story for another time. It's quite a detailed set for the £20, if I'm being honest. I really like the little detail we've got down here, but I'm going to go out and say this, I wish we hadn't got this bit here, and they just included a back wall to add that extra detail, because I would rather get the extra detail on the area we were going to be focusing on than on an area that's just really going to be ignored. Now, with that said, it does still add a lot of nice detail, and the reactor shaft, which is my favourite part, looks truly amazing. I think LEGO did a brilliant job on it. And I like the blue, translucent blue pieces they used on it, just to add that extra detail to it. Now, the last thing I want to show you is the instruction booklet, because there's always something cool in there, and at the back we have our full wave of minifigures, cool little animation, and of course our full wave of sets, minus the A-Wing, which doesn't appear to be there, which is kind of weird because in the UK the A-Wing was the first set to actually come back online after the sets were removed. So yeah, that's been my review of the set. I hope you enjoyed it. I would strongly recommend buying the set if you don't have these minifigures, and even if you do, it's just something we've waited for so long to get our hands on, because we've been begging LEGO for this. I mean, I know a lot of people hated the Phantom Menace, but I personally didn't. I don't think it was the best Star Wars film by far, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the Star Wars movies, and I think this one is a representation of the best scene in the Phantom Menace with that duel. LEGO hit the nail on the head, and I would recommend it to anyone. So I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Bye for now.